Go. Boom. Yes, folks. Yes, folks, it's us two idiots. Yes, welcome to Workbench Live with me, Festa 67's workshop, and him.
Hello.
Model making GNU. Both of us are from eModels, doing this show on behalf of eModels for you wonderful folks. So hello. Hope you're all right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later. No, just joking. Don't forget,
short
folks,
show tonight.
Is it? Shut up then, and I'll do the don't mention other retailers bit then. Yeah. This is a show for eModels, folks. So if you don't mind, can you not mention other retailers, and can you keep it family friendly? That's all of that. If you want to grab these kits for yourselves, have a looky-loo. They're in the description below, so you'll be able to go over to the eModels' store and slap them in your basket, folks. So yes, there you go.
Slap it in your basket.
All exciting, isn't it? I'll have a quick looky-loo who's in the chat. Myself saying hello. 80 Scale Model Shed is in, says evening, Colin. How you doing? SSDD, mate. Fine and dandy, mate. You know how it is. Crafted with Jacqueline is in, says good evening, gents. Hello, Jackie. How are you, my love? Lee is in, says hi, Festa and Foxx. Hello, Lee. Hope you're doing all right, geezer.
Yeah.
Chris Matchin is in, says evening all. Hello, Chris. How you doing, mate? Jeff Light is in. He says, very good evening, Cole Fox and everyone in the chat. Hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
Big hugs to you and Maggie. Hope you're both all right. And he also says, audio and video is fine and dandy-o, mate.
Stout fellow.
Happy days. So, how's you? Most importantly, how's my mum?
You don't care about me. Mama Wolf is fine. She's, as always, sat downstairs with half a sandwich from earlier and an iPad, and she's watching.
She's going for it, is she, mate?
Yeah, it might be Foyle's War, or it might not be. I'm not sure what's on at this time of night now.
Oh, right, yeah.
Vera. Cool. Well, it was Foyle's War earlier.
Oh, Ellen watches that. She watches Vera.
Yeah. Might be Heartbeat by now. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But now we're all doing well. How are you? How's your
fine and dandy, mate. Yeah, I've suitably been chilling for the last couple of days.
Good.
Yeah, not really been busy. Just chilling and shooting the breeze, really, mate. It's been a week of not really wanting to be doing too much. It's one of them, mate.
It's been wet and miserable and cold. And...
Yeah. Panzer's in, saying hi, everyone. He says also Festa and Foxx hugs. Hello, Panzer. How you doing, mate? Jeff saying hello to Panzer. Stuart Hayes is in, says evening. Oh, hello, Stuart. How are you, my friend?
Hayes.
Lovely to see you, mate. Panzer's waving to Jeff. So, yeah. Anyway, what are you up to tonight, geezer?
Tonight, Matthew, I shall be mostly starting to layer my bad boy here. I got the washes down last week.
Right, yeah.
I've got some brown Agrax Earthshade wash for some of the shadowing, and I've got some rusty washes down. I'll do some more rusty washes later, but for now, I will be starting the layering on the skin and the clothes and stuff. So to start to bring back the highlight colours, the base colour, and then the highlight colours on top, whilst leaving the washes in the recesses.
There you go.
Bringing all the contrast now.
Happy days, mate. I am going to be doing that wonderful thing of putting wood grain on beer barrels that didn't have wood grain on it.
Grain up the barrels.
Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah.
Working my way around all of them. Because you got to do that before you paint them and put washes on, because...
You can't have a barrel without wood grain on it.
Yeah. I'm going to make up another ramp or metal plate there and have this as a double so that the stairs will come up further along over there, and then you'll have that one and one next to it, and then all the market stuff will be underneath there just in case it pitter-patters with a bit of rainikins.
Market.
Other than that, I've got me geezers. I've had a bit of a paint and a bit of a dry brush on them. So they're ready to start painting at some point. So, yeah.
I see a claptrap there.
Yeah, I didn't disguise that very well, did I?
He's hard to disguise him being bright yellow.
Yeah. Hello. But anyway, what happens when you move your webcam? Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm up to, mate. So, yeah, I'm just going to be doing that. I will be using my DIY panel line scriber, which is basically a mechanical pencil with a sewing needle in it. Because I find it really useful for doing the wood grain with.
Yeah, because you've used that before, haven't you?
Yeah, I use it a lot, mate. You know, it's easier to grip for me than the big to be a panel line scriber. And for something like this, you can get up close and personal and just draw with it because it's a pencil. But yeah, that's what I'm up to, mate. And again, you don't have to scribe too hard. All you're trying to do is create the illusion of wood grain.
It's just that's almost a song there.
Yeah.
Careful now.
It's just something to let the wash soak into when you put it on there. It just gives it a little bit of character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you want to give it a sort of a three-dimensionality, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Well, that's what I'm up to, folks. Don't forget, folks, belly, bench, beverage and biscuits. What is in your belly? What is on your bench? And what are your biscuits of choice? Also, what is your beverage as well?
Yeah.
I've got my orange. I've got a cup of tea. I've got some fruit bar things just to keep me levels up whilst we're streaming. It's Wednesday, so it'll be bangers, mash, and more beans later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with bangers, mash, and beans.
Exactly, mate. So, yeah, that's what it's all about, mate. And I wonder why I'm backwards and forwards up the stairs every 5 minutes. It's all them beans, isn't it?
That makes it worth it. Yeah. Belly for me earlier. I actually went out earlier on today and got some sandwiches from the sandwich shop. So I decided to have a big lunch that would last me all day, and that was 2 Cornish pasties and 2 baked potatoes with chilli.
Oh,
they weren't big baked potatoes, only little.
Yeah,
they did quite nicely. Thank you very much.
So your Xbox is going to get relocated to the toilet, is it, tomorrow?
Oh yeah. Actually, the chilli was quite tame, to be honest. It was quite mild.
Yeah,
it was sandwich shop chili, so it's not that impressive.
Yeah, Connie is in the chat saying hello. Hello, Connie. How are you doing?
Hello.
Chris says I've got a USS Voyager and a mug of tea. Get in, my son.
Yeah.
Are you doing the full Star Trek thing? Yeah. Which you got to, ain't you?
Mm-hmm. It's a good ship, the Voyager.
Yeah, it's got a bit of
the best
character.
series, but you've got to like the ship.
Yeah. I think out of all the ships, it just had character, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the Reliant is still the best of all of the ships ever.
Oh, you're just biased. That's just your thing, isn't it?
Well, I mean, everybody has their own opinions on which is the best. Of course,
exactly.
It's Reliant.
Yeah, exactly. You want it to be the Reliant, it'll be the Reliant. In your world of foxiness, it can be whatever you choose. I can't really remember what the Reliant looks like, to be honest with you.
It's the saucer section of the Enterprise A with the 2 nacelles underneath it.
Oh, it's the one without the whole part in the middle. It's just basically the saucer with a,
Wrath of Khan jobby.
Yeah, the one where they couldn't be bothered to build a full-size ship, so they just bolted them bits together out of their spares box.
It's got the roll bar on the top.
Yeah, I know that one. Was it Sulu that piloted that?
It was I can't remember the captain's name now. It was Chekhov was number 1.
Pike?
No. Captain somebody or other. He's only in that one movie and he got killed off. Chekhov was the first officer.
Yeah.
And then Khan stole it.
Still the best Star Trek film.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely.
That was on the other night on the Goggle box. It was like, I was scrolling through the list, and there it was. So, yeah, you can guess what I ended up watching.
Oh, yeah. Wrath of Khan, absolutely the best. Best of all the Star Trek movies. On that, we both agree 100%.
Yeah, he says, Chris says, yeah, and a lighting kit. I'd love to get the Enterprise D, though. Yes, absolutely. Lee's belly was a bacon butty, benches coffee, a sticks build in a shed out of them, a coffee drink stirrers. Sprue and Glue's in, he says, hi, Colin and Fox, I'm lurking, no need to lurk. How you doing, David? Jackie's belly was cocktail sausage rolls cooked in a new air fryer. She does love to brag that she's got a new cooker.
Has she got a new air fryer,
Yeah.
Col?
By the way, Jackie's got a new cooker with mashed spuds and baked beans, beverages, coffee and biscuits. Our Fox's classic box. There you go. He was wondering where they were.
Where have you got my classic box? Give it back.
Panzer's belly is chicken and mushroom pie with mushy peas, beverage, coffee, bench to be a Opel Blitz truck, biscuits and none, and watching my weight after last night's pair of Oreo donuts. Yeah, and I'm growing my hair, Panzer. Yeah. Connie says hello to Sprue. That does Panzer. And Panzer says, did you see the comment to Connie? Oh dear, you've been silly again, Panzer. Yeah, he gets mischievous in chat sometimes.
Entirely possible.
Yeah.
Dee.
There you go. Scribe that in there. See how we go. That's the beauty of the wood grain. Can be anything you want.
Of all the Star Trek ships that I built and painted over the years, the Reliant is the only one that I never finished any of them.
Oh, really?
Because for some reason, every single kit ever released of the Reliant by any manufacturer was always awful and terrible, and you just end up giving up after a while.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it was. Like from the little Revels to the big AMTs, all of them, they were just all terrible. Even the massive one. And you end up giving up in the end.
Yeah, I started my Voyager years ago, and I just put it down and never got round to finishing it. All the wiring and everything's all with the model. I even got an Arduino, programmed it all. It's all ready to go. I just lost interest in finishing it.
Yeah. Just put it to one side till the
urge takes you again. At the end of the day, it was part of a group build for a group that I was no longer a part of. And I just thought, what's the point? Because everyone and their dog was building Star Trek at the time, and I just thought, we'll do something different.
Yeah.
So I just put it to one side and never really got back into it. It's like the Nimitz. I started building that years ago, my aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
And just thought, I can't be bothered. You get like that.
I've abandoned a few kits in the last couple of weeks, I started painting stuff and thought, you know what, I've lost the desire now. I'll put it back away until such time as I get the desire again.
You lose your mojo every now and then with a build. It happens to us all, folks.
Yeah.
And I always say to people, if you've lost interest in a build, don't force it. Just put it to one side. No. Go back to it when you're good and ready.
There's no benefit at all to forcing yourself to build or paint anything, because it'll just be a grudge build.
Exactly. You'll go back with a fresh vision, and then in the end of the day, you'll end up doing a far better job then.
Yeah.
AD says, belly pie and chips, bench, more photo etch. A beverage is a large Kraken. Happy days. Pardon me. Jeff Light, belly a bit earlier was a mixture of red, green, yellow peppers, crispy spuds and meat pie. Beverage, currently orange squash. Bench now as still awaiting delivery of paint. Oh, nice.
Hang on, did Jackie say what kind of pie she was having, or just pie?
I don't know, mate.
Oh. That was Eddie, sorry, not Jackie.
That was Eddie, yeah. Jackie's was done in her new air fryer. Did I tell you that Jackie's got a new cooker?
Has she got a new cooker?
Yeah, she's got a new cooker, apparently. Yeah.
Eddie, we need to know what you... Go on.
Yeah, she kept it quiet, mate.
I know, I didn't know anything about that. I hadn't read any comments in any groups at all, repeatedly or anything. She somehow swore Kev to secrecy, so... Yeah, AD, you need to tell us what kind. You can't just say pie, mate. That's leaving us on tenterhooks.
Yeah, we need to know that all of the ingredients, Aid.
You can't just say pie, because it's not fair to those of us who are obligate carnivores.
Yeah, if you're wondering about my bangers, there'll be Aberdeen Angus, because they are my favourite bangers.
Oh.
I always have Aberdeen Angus bangers, mate.
Talking of me, I read a story today, and I need to go and get a job at this place. There's a company that makes all your pet foods, and I forget who it is now. It's a well-known company. Can't remember who it is. They have all the pet food brands. It might be... oh, God, I can't remember. Anyway, they have all the pet food brands, and what they do is they always like to make sure the food's as nutritious and healthy as possible for animals.
Yes.
So they have this place, which has like 200 cats and 200 dogs. And they basically live the life of Riley. They're fed twice a day.
Yeah.
And they're all monitored constantly to see how they react to the food and this stuff. And it's basically, they're all monitored and it's electronic and all kinds of stuff going on. But basically they get to lounge around. They get to do whatever they want. They can go and play outside. They can have fun. They even put TVs in with the cats because when they finish doing all the testing and they don't want to do it anymore, they basically just take them home.
Oh, right, yeah.
And one of the researchers was like, yeah, the thing is, I kept taking the cats home after a couple of years each one, and they'd all really freak out about TVs because they were taken from kittens. He's like, so we put TVs in the rooms with the animals now so that when they do go to people's houses, eventually, they're balanced and adjusted.
Yeah, they're here. Yeah, the noise of a telly.
I'm thinking, wait, these guys, these dogs and cats get to lounge around in bed and do whatever they want all day, and you feed them twice a day with the most nutritious food possible. Can I get a job as a cat or a dog, please?
I was going to say, yeah, you're only missing out on one of them things, and that's the nutrition bit, isn't it?
Yeah. So I need to become a dog or a cat and get a job at this place. Because it would be relevant to my interests. Exceptionally relevant.
Yeah, but that would mean getting a job, mate, and that might make you develop a twitch, mate.
Well, no, because if the job is just sitting around on my butt all day playing video games and being fed, then that's the best job in the world.
Yeah, there is that, I suppose.
But it was funny because the amount of science and research they put into it, it's like, wow, they put more effort into the pet food than they do like human food. Human food gets it's like what? Because it's like really quite fascinating. They monitor how they like it. Each animal has its own specific food bowl that has an opening lid that only opens when they're near it with the chip on their collar.
Yeah.
So they can only eat their own food.
Yeah, they'll have their own dietary thing planned out, won't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing, dog and cat food ain't like it used to be. It's all proper now, isn't it, eh?
Yep.
Legally, it has to be, doesn't it? Because,
Yep. I didn't know this, but although dogs are omnivores, so they can eat anything, cats are what's called obligate carnivores. They have to eat meat.
Yeah.
So all these people that try and give their cats vegan diets and stuff, no, they have to eat meat. They need the chemicals, the things from meat. Otherwise, you just... Yeah.
Otherwise, they end up unwell.
Yeah.
There you go. One wood grain barrel getting in there, see? Let's have a bit of that.
Ooh.
Let's just try and get a bit of thing on it. Yeah, see?
That looks fantastic. That looks like actual original sculpted detail. That's insanity.
Yeah. And then that'll just get buffed with a buffing stick just to take the raised edges off. And then when that gets a wash and a bit of weathering.
That looks like it came off the press, off the mould with that stuff in it.
So there you go. I've just got to do the top now because they never seem to put the wood grain in. How can you have a wooden barrel and not have the wood grain?
I mean, they may as well put raised panel lines on these things. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
This is what I did on my beer truck, if you remember rightly. Sat there and just scribed all my beer barrels, but I did it off camera, and I've been asked many times if ever I did wood grain again, show how I did it. And it is that simple, folks. There's more than a million ways out to do this,
How long did that take? About 10 minutes?
Yeah. Exactly.
You've got a talent for not only the 3D printing but this carvy stuff as well. You've got a bit of a talent for that, you have.
Yeah, I don't mind doing it. I actually find this sort of thing really therapeutic.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but it's like anything. You've got to resist the urge for the brain to make a pattern.
Yeah, you got to try and keep it random.
Because your brain will always try to make a pattern, no matter how you do things. So you have to spin things around and just keep it moving. Make sure
the grain doesn't carry on from one plank to the next, because that's not how it actually works.
Exactly. So try and remember, folks, just to turn it in your fingers, so that if you've done grain going one way, either spin the barrel up or just move to an alternate panel, so you don't end up with zebra stripes. Otherwise,
spin the barrel sounds like a maritime party game.
Yeah, spin round your barrel.
The barrel. Wow. Oh, you did the cheeky chirpy cockney at the end. I like that.
Oh yeah, got to be done, mate. Got to do it right.
I can hear the sparkly things on your suit now.
You can hear Charlie dancing around with spoons, can't you?
Spoons, yeah. Auntie Charlie, Uncle Charlie.
How's my granddad? He was Charlie.
Yeah, he'd be uncle to me though, wouldn't he? Because he's my granddad. Although the guy next door was also Uncle Charlie.
Yeah.
Dee.
Oh yes, the spoon shuffle as he used to do. It's like, he's off. Shuffling around. It was only ever with one leg. It wasn't with both. It was always the one-legged shuffle. Because he was an amputee, so it was just he would go round in this like circle and snake across the room as best he could. It's like he's off. He was
deficient in the leg department to the tune of 1, as Pete and Dud would say.
Yeah. But he was happy. Always had them spoons on him though, no matter where he was. If a bit of music got played, chink, 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 bloody hell, he's got them spoons out.
Something just scuttled across my workbench, and it was just on my periphery vision, so I don't know what it was.
Choose some of him.
Can't quite judge how big it was.
Have you some of that? Awesome.
Get in there. It does amuse me, like old people, like really old people.
Yeah.
Like, that were around in the war and all that.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, like people get a hangnail and it's like, oh, quick, call the ambulance. I mean, I'm a prime example of that.
Yeah.
And then you get people like your Uncle Charlie, your granddad Charlie, who had like one leg and he didn't care. He was having a whale of a time.
Yeah, he had a whale of a time, mate.
It's like old people that just like, leg hanging off. It's all right. What?
Yeah, I've got another one. I think that's where I get my mentality from, if I'm honest, because that was their spirit. When you said to me about my drag foot now that I have in my left leg, and you say about it, I go, so I don't care because I've got another one.
Yeah.
And people find that strange, but it's like, it's not the end of the world, is it? It's, There you go. That's had a buff now. I'm happy because that's soft for the touch. Oh, I've got me barrel of funness. Just another 3 to go.
I actually had a dream the other day where I was having to have my legs amputated, but it wasn't a scary dream.
Okay, just the ordinary dream that we all have there. Just, remove my legs.
I mean, no, I wasn't actually having it done, but I was having a discussion with the doctor saying, I'm going to have to take your legs off. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, at first, I'm like, oh, no. And then I went, hang on a minute. Does that mean I can have digitigrade prosthetics? And he went, if you want. I went, oh, cool. Do it.
Yeah.
Take them off now. I want digitigrade legs. When I woke up and I was like, that was weird.
Oh yeah, but you would. You'd want the best legs in the world, wouldn't you? You'd want Steve Austin bionic legs. I know I would.
No, I'd want proper digitigrade animal, big like proper double joint type legs, big massive wolf paws, and I'd bounce around all over the place.
Yeah.
Because I'm weird like that.
Big old flamingo legs.
Well, maybe not like CJ Jobs now.
Yeah. What we got there? AD was just chicken funny. And mushroom pie. There's nothing wrong with chicken and mushroom, says Jeff. One of my favourites. Yeah, only gets let down by the pot noodle, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Beef and tomatoes, the only flavour there.
It's like, I love the Fray Bentos chicken and mushroom pies, but I do wish they'd make them more pie and less soup.
Yeah.
Because the problem with them pies is you get them in the oven, you put them in the microwave, you get them in the oven.
Yeah.
And like, you get them out, and the pastry's really nice, but the contents are all kind of runny and soupy, and it's like, well...
Yeah, they're not as good as they once were.
Still good though. Can't go wrong.
Yeah, they spark a bit as well if you leave them in the can in the other microwave.
Yeah, stick them in the microwave. Oh yeah, bit of a zizz going on.
Yeah, but it's fun. If you really want double fun, just throw a CD on top of it. Even better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, don't do that. I'll just put a disclaimer out just in case because, I need to protect eModels there, don't I?
Yeah, don't put metal things in the microwave.
Because, don't be like Festa, basically.
Microwave, not a place for any kind of engine components.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Now, I have a slight confession to make here painting this orc.
Oh, right.
It's only the second orc I've ever painted.
Oh, right. This is the bloke who said, here, Festa, we'll have to do an hangout and I'll show you how to paint orcs. It's only his second one. I see what you're doing.
Well, it's kind of the same. It's just the colours that are different, but it's the first time I've painted very big musculature. Because all the other things I've painted, figures and stuff, have all been like normal size.
Yeah.
But this guy, because he's a boss, he's got dirty, great big muscles.
Yeah.
And trying to get the highlights, and it's actually very slow, but it's really good fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh, that'll suit you then, won't it? It's very slow, dear. See what I did?
Yeah.
The in-joke, folks.
Because, it is. I'm not very good at blends, you see, with acrylics, but I seem to be doing all right with this little puppy.
Which surprises me when you said this not long ago. I thought it would have been right up your street doing all the blendage.
No, I'm just not very good at it. I don't know why. I think I tend to forget that there's highlight colours to come when I try and blend with the first colour, even if it's just the same as the base colour. It's like, but it's just the base colour, dude.
You have a particular painting style, don't you?
Yeah. So I kind of accept that I'm not very good at blends, and I don't try to. I've tried to learn them, but at some point you just go, you know what? It's not in my skill set. Let's just move on.
At the end of the day, we've all got different things that we're good at, or passable at, should we say? More than one way to achieve the result at the end of the day.
Yes. But I have to say, these God-hand brushes, now available at eModels.co.uk, your one-stop shop
for all your model making needs.
These God-hand brushes, they're very, very good, and they help me blending very nicely. They're making it a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, they do what they say on the tin, folks.
Mm-hmm.
They certainly do. Bang it on there.
Bung. You like that word, don't you?
I do. Bung it on there. Bung. Yeah, bung. It's like, got a ring to it, isn't it?
I think the problem I've got with blending is that for many, 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 many years, from being a small shaver of a lad to a late teens, early 20s, my chosen style of painting and drawing, like not models but just drawing, was ink and pencil crayon.
Oh yeah.
So like ink and then colouring it with pencil crayons, but not like a child, but properly, because I couldn't do watercolours. So I kind of learned how to do all different colours and stuff. I had my way to do leather and my way to do all this and that for specific pencil crayons.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of stuck, that method. So when I try to do it with paints, I'm kind of, my brain's still in pencil crayon mode, and it's like, it's not really how it works. I think it was just too ingrained in that method.
You get set in a particular style, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what I found.
I have, to my joy, though, found that doing leather, at least the way I do leather, with acrylics, kind of comes out the same as if you do it with pencil crayon, so I can use the same technique.
Yeah. Start
with a medium brown, then it's hard to explain really, but I kind of use the same kind of colours, and it kind of works.
Exactly, it's what works for you, isn't it? There's more than one way to do it. What works for me might not work for you. What works for you might not work for me. We've all got, I paint a certain way because of my dexterity. You've got that ability to be very soft with a brush. I'm all or nothing. So then I have to adapt my painting style to a way that prevents me from doing that.
Yeah.
You know, and you've done it before. Oh, you should paint this way. And it's like, yeah, I haven't got that dexterity. You know, you have. Yeah. And I envy that, but you adapt as things change. And that's what I've had to do over the years. You know?
I mean, it's given you the ability to sit there and say, okay, I see how you're doing that. Let me see how I could possibly get the same results.
I adapt the technique to how I'm able to do it with my dexterity.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you come up with some quite creative ways of doing things. So.
Oh, yeah, you know, rubber bands around your fingers, all kinds of things that you do to try to help you through it. But
well, you said to me that way I do the post-shading with dry brushing was quite useful to you. So.
Oh, yeah.
It does help that the muscles on this guy are really beautifully sculpted, so it's actually quite easy to do. The one thing I always fail at though is when I'm doing fingers. I always end up with some of the base paint going down the gap between the fingers and getting rid of the wash, and it's like, oh. So I have to go back and redo them. Curses, I say.
Curses, he says. It binds us. It really does.
Curses.
Yeah, it's like my ability to absolutely destroy Sanders is legendary, but I'm an all or nothing person, you know. It's
Hey, at the end of the day, if you get it sanded, it doesn't matter what happens to the sander.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, you do like to leave some of the plastic of the model behind, but...
Yeah, that's an ideal, yeah.
You know, it's, none of us are perfect. We've all got our little...
Oh, yeah.
Our little things, but, yeah.
Yep. But that's the important thing for people that a lot of people when they're learning, they forget, and experts that tell you how to do things seem to forget to say things. But it's like, don't expect whatever you're doing creatively, whether it's painting models or building or drawing or writing, whatever it is.
I got asked once why I always wear an elastic band around my hand when I have an airbrush. You know, why'd you do that? Why'd you put the airbrush between your skin and a rubber band? What's that all about? And I said, because I twitch and shake a lot, and I don't want a 200 quid airbrush going flying across my room. So that little bit of rubber band saves me that awkwardness, you know. And you adapt. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And several people now use it that shake. You know, one of them's in the chat that springs to mind. I won't name him because I don't want to embarrass him, but...
It's one of those things that sounds really obvious. You go, oh, yeah, it's really obvious that, but it's like, it's not obvious until you do it.
That's right. You know, the simple solution, you know, it's like happy days.
But, you know, there's a lot of people that will, with any hobby or any creative thing, you know, when you're starting out new, don't expect to be good at everything.
Good God, no.
And even when you get an expert level at something, or you're really good at it and you've been doing it for years, don't expect that you'll ever be good at everything. You know, you might be. There are people out there with skills and they can do anything they turn their hand to, and that's amazing.
Good luck to them.
But, yeah, don't get stressed out if you can do brilliant, say, I don't know, airbrush work, but you suck at brush painting, or, you know, you like me, you can build a kit, but you're no good at scratch building. Things like that. Don't stress because there's a part of the hobby you can't do. Because there'll always be some bit you can't do. I can't do blends. I'm no use for glazes. And I suck at eyes. I just can't do eyes. So don't worry because you can't do everything. You never will be able to.
But again, you can adapt your skills so that you can achieve just as good as a result.
Yeah. I mean, always try and learn. Always try and learn the new things. But if you realise it's not something you're ever going to master, don't get despondent about it.
I've got a mate that does a lot of figure painting work, and what he'll do to get away with doing eyes, he'll sculpt sunglasses.
Oh yeah.
I just have the characters wearing sunglasses, and I think that's a brilliant way of dealing with it and getting around it.
When I did my big Cesabi figure for our friend George, I wasn't building it as a full-size Gundam. I was doing it as if it was like 20 feet tall.
Yeah.
Because I had like a figure about a 1/24th Gundam figure to go with it. So I was building it out to scale, and I had this figure there. And of course, it's an anime pilot from one of the series. And I'm painting the clothes and stuff, and it's like, okay, this is really good. But I was doing like a Borderlands style paint job, and I suddenly realised it was coming to the face, and I'm like, the face is very anime. It's smooth with the eyes, and then the little pointy nose and a tiny mouth, and I'm like, I've got no way to paint this that I can think of that's not just going to look flat and lifeless.
Yeah.
And I was really not sure how to paint it. So I thought about it for a good couple of weeks while I was doing other stuff. And in the end, I was like, you know what? I'll just give him a welding mask.
Yeah, do a job, yeah.
So I just made a welding mask out of some plastic, because he was doing some maintenance on the thing anyway. Gave him a welding mask out of some plastic card. Bang, painted it like Borderlands metal. Done.
Yeah, job done.
Yeah. Because I really couldn't figure out how to paint his face. It's like, I don't know how to do this.
You improvise, you adapt, and you overcome, dear.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you, you know.
Yeah.
And we want another one of them. So there you go. Trim them down. Problem solved.
One good thing about being a naturally lazy gamer, you do try to look for shortcuts sometimes. So when you need to do a shortcut, it's a kind of second nature.
I mean, it's the age-old thing, isn't it? You know, you look at a way of achieving the result that is going to work for you. Because at the end of the day, you're still achieving what you want. You're still getting the end result. So
yeah. It always amazes me when you say, like, you see sort of models with various disabilities and how they overcome, the limitations of what they can do and produce some amazing results. I've seen amazing work by modelers who have like limited hand use or one hand.
Yeah,
all kinds of things.
This is going to sound quite strange, but I've been blessed in a way, because with my situation, I'm constantly evolving and adapting how I do the hobby. So in a perverse kind of way, it actually keeps you stimulated, because you're learning new ways of doing things all the time.
Yeah.
So
that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it might probably sound strange to hear someone say that, but yeah, you adapt and you're constantly evolving yourself and your hobby. So,
well, you don't end up just sitting on your laurels and doing the same thing over and over and over again.
No, that's right.
Because what works for you today might not work for you.
Might not work for me. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll have to make sure you've got another way to do it, or at least try and figure out another way to do it.
Yeah, there are times it catches you out. When I had my last relapse, you lose something with progressing relapsing, so you don't get that back. So then you're like, oh damn, that's a bind, because I can't do that now. It's like if I'm doing, I used to enjoy doing all the photo etched chains for motorbikes and things like that. Now it looks like a woodpecker's been at me bench, because there's dots everywhere where I've been trying to put small parts together, and so that's why I avoid photo etch like the plague, because my ability to handle it now is somewhat diminished.
Yep.
And that's why I part the Harlequins for this while, because I've been getting over an issue with my hands. So I'll go back to it. But you've got to let things settle back down. It can take, it might take a month, it might take 6 months. You don't know until you go through it.
No.
But it keeps you spurred on, if that makes any sense, because you're like, okay, I've got this to do, I've got that situation going on, how do I need to change how I do things? And I sit and practice new techniques, try to achieve what I'm trying to achieve, and I always come up with a bodge that'll work.
Well, that's why you kind of see it as a good thing in a way, because like I said, you can't just say, right, I've got that down now, I never have to think about that again. It's like, no, I have to make sure
you can't rest on your laurels at all, mate.
No.
You really
and it
can't.
Does mean it does mean in a way, and I can understand it, what you're saying is that, whereas I can do a kit, and if I do that kind of genre kit over and over again, eventually it becomes boring, because it's like, I've done a million of these now.
Yeah.
But with you, it's like, you could make the same kit a year apart, and it could be a completely different set of challenges. So there's no such thing as getting stuck in a rut.
Because where you can develop muscle memory,
Yeah.
Mine will be a case of, I know I used to be able to do it this way, but I can't now. Okay. Let's see how I can achieve it then. And then that's it. I then get a buzz out of trying to figure the way round the problem.
I mean, I know it's going to sound heretical, but at some point I'll get bored of painting Baneblades. It will happen.
Yeah.
I just said those words, didn't I?
You did. You said them out loud in front of witnesses and everything, mate.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at, how I do the hobby at the moment. I know in 2 years there's going to be aspects of what I'm doing now that I won't be doing because I won't be able to. So you constantly, that's why I'm trying to evolve the channel and look at different ways of getting content out, because there's going to be a point where it's a problem. That's why I'm moving into the bigger scale stuff with eModels, because eventually that'll be where I build my plastic kits, will be solely for eModels, and it'll be big scale stuff because of.
Yeah, because that's the stuff you can do.
Yeah.
That is the little godsend, is that there is, 16 scale is the thing, and the difference. It's like the godsend of this hobby is that, you can actually do that. When it gets too difficult, move to bigger things. For a lot of different hobbies, you wouldn't have that little advantage.
Absolutely. Panzer says, Frey Bentless pies are now on my waste of money list. The last one I had was all gravy, such sadness. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last one H bought was a steak one, and that was pretty much the same. It was like runny mince, and she went, I won't be getting them again.
Like soup. They're really nice. It's just they're too much like soup.
Absolutely. Whilst I'm
the pies are available, of course.
Yeah, whilst I'm on the chat, let's scroll up a bit and try and do a bit of chat, because, we got rattling a bit and got a few folks. Jeff Belly a bit earlier was a I think I read that one. Yeah, green, yellow peppers, crispy spuds, meat pie. Chicken and mushroom pie, says Jackie, any day. Is that in your new cooker, Jackie? I'm just asking, love.
Has Jackie got a new cooker?
Yeah, she's got a new cooker, mate.
Gosh darn it.
Apparently Kevin fitted it as well, just in case you didn't know.
Did Kevin fit it? He fitted this new cooker that Jackie's got? I didn't even know she had a new cooker.
I know.
When did that happen?
I don't know, mate. They kept it quiet. They've not mentioned it at all to me.
Wow. Never tell us anything, do they, them two?
Yeah, Jackie's now giving me that look at home over her glasses. I know what she's thinking. Hugh Gordon, he's in, says, evening, fellow felons, all the usual suspects again, I notice. I hope everyone is happy. We are now, now that we've seen you in, mate. I hope you're doing all right, geezer. Steve is in, says, good evening to Cole and his sidekick, Princess Fox. Hello, Steve. How you doing, me old China?
Wait, I'm a sidekick? Cool.
Happy days, mate. Bioshock, great name. He's in, says, just bought, excuse me. I have just bought a Revell 24th London Bus Platinum Edition from TK Maxx with a torn box at $29.99. There goes 3 months of my life. Yeah, I've got one just there, a Platinum Edition that I'm going to be building on this very show, mate.
You must have like some X stock or something at TK Maxx.
Yeah. Hugh Golden says, not that you can't, Wolfie, it's more you haven't cracked it yet, like riding a bike when you get it. My advice is, if you can't be bothered practicing, stop trying. But never say never, ever. Absolutely, Hugh. Absolutely, mate.
I am lazy, but I don't give up that fast. Things like blending and stuff, I've tried it for years, and it's just I'm not.
Yeah.
I've never hit the zone, so I was like, you know what, I'll find other ways to do it.
I used to be part of an MS group. And I stopped doing it in the end. When I was asked by my local coordinator why I was stopping, I told her. I said, because I've never once gone, I can't do that because of my MS. I always have the mentality of, despite it, I'll have a go. I'll find a way to achieve it. It might take me a lot longer, or I might have to do it differently to the rest of you, but I'll find a way. And you run a good, better, best mantra. Good days, better days, best days. But all these people sat around in this room bemoaning and moping about it. It just got on my wick, to be honest with you. And I found it a bit of a defeatist mentality that they had. And it's like, no, just despite that, get on with it. Come on, it makes you you. It makes you the person you are. Just Suck it up.
Some people like that. They just take that defeatist thing, and it's
They
you're the
do,
opposite.
mate.
You're like, no, let's just see what we can do with it. Let's not worry about what we can't do with it. Let's see what we can.
Yeah,
do
let's
with
see
it.
what you can do. It's not going to be easy. Don't get me wrong, but it's only as hard as you choose to make it.
Yeah.
And I mean, a few people got the ump with me because I had that stance. Well, I'm sorry, but yeah.
You can't blame someone for having an opinion.
No, and it's just one of them. It's just, let's just get on with it and deal with it.
Well, that's what I admire about you is, you've got your channel and you've got your model painting stuff, but then you've also got your Xbox, which is almost like a little backup plan. If at some point I can't do model making anymore, I can at least stream video games.
Exactly. There's loads of things that I'm getting involved with, like the Partworks thing and different, even building Lego, things like that, and getting into the little vignettes, because my eldest has already said he'll build the kits for me, and I can sit and weather them and do the dioramas for them, and do things like that. So there's options now. So you've got to plan, folks. You've got to try to plan, but because I don't want to walk away from the hobby, but I will have to adapt it. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about, maybe one day just building stuff to send to you to paint.
Yeah.
When you can't build stuff anymore.
And it's don't get me wrong, it's sad in a way because I shall miss it. But it ain't the end of the world.
No, because there was a long time when you didn't do it at all anyway.
Exactly.
There's other things that you can do.
So
you never know.
You never know. So don't give up, folks, and it's funny, I've got a few people that come into my content on my private streams and that are recently diagnosed with things neurological, and we chat about it, and they've changed their outlook on it, because whereas before it was, I'm never going to be able to do that. Yeah, you will. You just got to find a way. But anyway, we're digressing. We're moving off point here. We don't want to depress people with all of that. Yeah.
It's what we do.
So we've got a bit of a railing going on, so that'll end up going in there.
A railing.
So just wanted to do
camera now.
Just wanted to do a little test just to see how it looks. Somewhere like that. So
It looks a little bit like this.
A little bit like that. Now that is, let's just bung them in the box a minute. Because once I start building me walls, I'll be able to then fit all of this onto the wall. I just wanted to get an idea of the direction I'm leaning at going with it. Where did I put the rest of my stuff? Happy days. Yeah. So we got a bit of railing, we got a bit of staircase. And what's going to happen is, where's his barrel gone? I think I showed this last week, but I want all the dudes and their little barrels and market stalls. Let's get rid of that. Let's pull that off of there. You don't want to come out of there now. That's typical. Let's do it the hard way, Carl.
It's always the way.
Always the way. The stick came out of there earlier when I moved it, but the minute you want to demonstrate something, it's stuck. Right, so we've got the wheeled stool will be sat there. That one, actually, will be under there like that. You're then going to have old fat ass bloke stood there looking at his thing, but this is now going to be up there somewhere like that. So they're all stood underneath there, getting a bit of protection from the inclement weather. Now, I might go up another level of stairs yet, just to raise that up a bit higher, because otherwise they're going to be obscured. So I might put another layer of stairs in here, just to raise that up. But you're going to have a brick wall here, which is the end of the warehouse, with all of that lot with them underneath there. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing. There's my big fat butcher. There he is, with his slight rotundness. Yeah, because he's going to be a bit bit hunched up under there if he stood under there. So I'll go up another bit of stairs on there just to raise it up a tad. Might not even have to do a full layer. I might just build an half set, cut it just enough so that he ain't obscured under there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Underneath the half set.
Or better still, rather than build the other half, I could have it where the cut line is. So they're raised in the air, so it would have been up in the air, but it's attached to the wall. Yeah, do it that way. There you go, problem solved. Just don't forget there's a cut line in there where the end of the scene ends, so you can use that to your advantage.
You've just seen Festa figuring things out.
I know, it's a scary thought, isn't it, eh?
Welcome to the Festa method.
Thinking with a capital F.
And no G.
Yeah, there you go. I told you it would come straight out this time. Murphy's Law, isn't it?
It's always the way.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be up to. I might as well leave them out for a minute because I might
Leave it out.
Might be able to get a bit of painting. Go. Fox is doing his mockney again, bless him.
It's contractually required. Jackie says, yes, I'm giving you that look, Colin.
Good girl.
Jeff says, oh dear, Jackie is giving Colin the look.
Oh, yeah. I always get the look. I'm always in the doghouse. I'm contractually obligated to be in the doghouse.
Yep. Hugh says, although Frey Bentos tins are probably the most useful of any tin ever produced on the planet, they make excellent Yorkshire pudding tins. Ooh.
A good shout.
Imagine a Yorkshire pudding the size of a Frey Bentos pie. Ooh,
yeah, that is a good shout, mate.
You could make Toad in the Hole in a Frey Bentos tin.
Oh, all day long.
Ooh. Bobbins asks, how many of the figures will have pork pie hats?
Well, they've all got a bit of beret going on at the moment, apart from Bob Hoskins. Now, I am tempted to put a pork pie on him, but then he wouldn't look like Bob Hoskins then, would he?
No. Plus, it's 1930s Germany, so...
Pardon me, yeah.
Not sure pork pies were more Hamburgs, I think, if anything else.
Exactly.
Now, you are making an arch, aren't you, on that diorama?
Yeah, there is going to be an arch.
The important question is there going to be anybody underneath it?
That will spoil it if I answer the question.
Don't answer that question.
You'll have to wait and see.
You'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh, it's chips.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking about chips.
See, when you said that, why did the image of Poncherello and his mate come into my head then, riding them rather strange little motorbikes?
Ah.
Because that used to be a TV show, didn't it, Chips?
Yeah, Chips. Yeah. The Ponch.
The Ponch, yeah.
And John, who nobody remembered because he was just the boring guy.
Yeah. I remember the actor's name, Larry Wilcox, but I don't remember the character's surname. It was just, Ponch and John, wasn't it?
He was just other character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently, so the rumour mill goes that John Watsit, the guy that played the boring guy, really didn't like it and also didn't get on with the guy that played Ponch.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever they do like any fan things now, Eric Estrada turns up, but the other guy never does.
Yeah. Larry Wilcox, Steve says, which one's getting the clip-on ponytail, Cole? Yeah, there might have to be a princess figure.
All right. I resemble that remark.
Yeah. Happy days, yeah. Got to, mate. I'm sure I'll do a pork pie out of one of them.
Yeah. I'm redoing the Xandru dust on his trousers, and I managed to get some of the Xandru dust into every single deep, dark crease there is. I'll have to go around with some wash again later and just put it back in the creases. Wow, where to go, Fox?
You had one job.
I had one job and I managed to fail miserably at it.
Failure is always an option, mate.
Eh?
Failure is always an option.
Oh, yeah. Not an option we choose, but an option we often have to confront.
Exactly.
Creases are actually quite hard, especially on trousers. Knowing where to have the highlights and the lowlights can be quite tricky. Ow. Don't jam the paintbrush into your teeth, Fox. That's not the best way to do it.
Yeah, especially in your very, very secretly sensitive teeth, Fox.
They're not that bad. Not anymore, anyway.
You know, because, you know, you do have the world's most sensitive teeth.
I do have awkward teeth scenarios, yes. It is indeed true.
Got princess teeth.
Yep, a lifetime of eating poorly, as in sweets.
Serves you right then, my dear.
Yep.
Let's just give that a wardrobe glow in there.
I used to know a girl who would drink like 2 litres of Coke every day. Coca-Cola.
Really?
Yeah. All she'd ever drink was Coke.
Wow.
And it's like, I wonder if she still has any teeth left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that wouldn't do your teeth any good.
No. Well, no. It won't do your arteries any good as well.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't do the rest of you any good. No, not at all. But
to be honest with you.
why don't you drink anything else? No, I like Coke. Have water or tea or coffee now. You're going to die. Yeah, probably.
But it's funny, you see people, don't you, with bottles and bottles and bottles of cola and that, you know, and it's like, oh, really?
I don't mind, but cola's actually horrible. It's really burny on your tongue and everything. It's not actually pleasant to drink.
I was fascinates H when she's shopping, when she sees someone walk past with a shopping trolley and it's all, you know, 2-litre bottles of cola and that, you know, and they got young kids and she's like, yeah, their dental bill's going to be through the roof when they get older.
Yep.
I suppose it's personal preference, isn't it, at the end of the day? It's their choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Don't get me wrong, I like a nice can of Dr. Pepper, but I wouldn't drink litres of it every day.
No. No. Sooner or later it'll catch up with you, won't it?
Yep.
I say you get all your sugar-free options, don't you, for that sort of thing, but
They taste horrible.
yeah, they basically taste like a Nan's slipper, don't they? You know what I mean? Yeah.
They're not great. Oops. Ha la 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 la. Oops. More water. More water. Dee 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 dee.
What we got? Steve says, yeah, don't forget the knockoff Ray-Bans, mate. Yeah, got to have the Roy Orbison glasses, says Jackie. Yeah, and a waistcoat, because that's his new thing, the Roman Reddington look, see? So, yeah. Hugh Golden says, proper Yorkshire puds were and always are big, not like the frozen Auntie Bessie's stuff that most people associate today, both sweet and savoury. Yeah, my missus, she does the big old Yorkshire pud and then does like a Sunday roast in the middle of it. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
And I love that, you know, because it's like, yeah.
It's the way forward.
Yeah, and it's proper homemade Yorkie, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Like a 3-course meal in it, you know.
Yorkshire pudding's my favourite bit of Christmas dinner.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that used to be the proper way how they used to do it. It was, the pudding was like almost like the pie crust of whatever was in the middle of it. It was a single pudding, wasn't it?
Well, that's where Toad in the Hole, Bubble and Squeak and stuff came from, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just bang the hole in a giant Yorkshire pud. There you go, there's your dinner. Bang. Happiness.
And then everything become these little namby-pamby ones, and it's like, what's that all about? Hey, the Yorkshire pud, that's... Yeah, that's... Yeah. See, I cheat now. If H does the small Yorkshire pudding, she'll put a few of them on the plate and I'll fill them up with me peas. Stops me dropping them and pinging them all over the place then, see? So.
Do you like peas?
I like peas. Just up my nose.
Do you know what? I like peas too.
I like canals.
I've heard that rumour.
So going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to it.
Just don't get stuck halfway down.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so cool.
Exactly. So, have you some of that? What's that? Hugh says, Wolfie, no matter what one does after birth, we will all die. Expediting the process is a personal decision. At the end of the day, we're a ticking time bomb from the minute we leave the womb, mate.
Mm-hmm.
From the minute we're created. So,
I even got my tongue sticking out doing this.
oh, have you? I thought you was being quiet.
Yeah, I'm not very talkative today because I'm doing the thinky painting.
God, there is a God.
Yeah.
Take a note of this day, folks. Make a note in your diary. At 22:02 on the 21st of the 2nd, 24, Fox said he's not very talkative today.
It was the day the fox fell silent.
This must be why we got such inclement weather. The planet has slowed down its spin and come to a juddering halt. That's what I'm doing.
The sky is full of pigs.
Yeah. Brussels sprouts, parboiled, and then fried in garlic butter. See, that's the whole debate. I'm not a sprouts person, but there are folks out there that absolutely love them.
I love sprouts.
Well, you've got enough tins to last forever, you have.
Don't talk about that. See, I love cabbage as well, though.
Yeah.
Like if I'm making a pan of like potatoes and stuff, I'm making a meal, I've got like a potatoes on the boil. What I'll often do is just chop up a load of the white crunchy bits of cabbage, just bang that in for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Just to go with it, because it just I don't know, I just like cabbage.
Yeah.
I used to like school dinners. I was weird.
Yeah, I never minded school dinner.
Especially school cabbage. I think that's what did it for me, was school cabbage, I think.
Yeah, I didn't particularly go much on cauliflower, but
No.
yeah.
Cauliflower, I'm not that big a fan of.
But yeah, it's one of them. I used to like the school steak pie if you got a corner, and school pastry.
Oh, is that the one that had like the lattice pattern on the top?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the beef and onion pie they used to do. Oh
yeah.
School beef and onion pie. Get in.
Yeah, and it was like, oh yeah, all day long. Yeah, I used to love that. And school apple crumble.
Oh God, yeah. We used to have as well. I don't know if other primary schools did this, but when I was at primary school in the 70s, you'd have like a big metal jug of water on the table.
Oh right, yeah.
And you'd each get your little plastic cup, and you could fill it up as much as you wanted. But occasionally, you got coffee.
Yeah.
And it was like some really weak coffee. Like, we were only little primary school kids. Occasionally you got coffee, and then sometimes you got these weird kind of like milk drinks that were like flavoured milk.
Oh, like Nesquik, you mean? That type of stuff?
Yeah, well, yeah, and it was like, sometimes it was pink, sometimes it was green, and the green was my favourite.
Yeah.
No idea what flavour that was supposed to be, but I used to like it.
Do you ever remember at school, it was like a minty flavoured green blancmange?
No, but I remember you used to get like a slice of cake with a minty green kind of, not minty tasting, but like a green kind of sauce.
Yeah.
Drizzle on it. I don't remember the minty blancmange there.
Yeah, it was like a minty blancmange with chocolate sprinkles on it. It was nectar.
No, I don't remember that. I used to like tapioca though. That was nice.
Oh, yeah, now you're talking, yeah.
Bit of tapioca with the jammy bit in the middle that you'd munge up.
Yeah. Semolina. Oh,
semolina. Oh, get in.
Yeah.
If there was a way to combine semolina and school cabbage.
Jam in the middle. Oh.
If there was any way to combine semolina and whatever I just said, I've forgotten already.
Yeah.
I was too busy thinking about semolina.
Hugh says, I love all green veg, properly cooked, not steamed for 3 hours, which puts everyone off green veg in school. Yeah, they steam all the goodness of it, don't they, by doing that? It's like, yeah.
Right, I'm just going to step away for 1 minute.
Yeah, no worries. No worries at all, mate. But yeah, I have fond memories of school dinners. I didn't mind them, to be quite honest with you. A lot of people used to hate school dinners, but I never had an issue with it. End of the day, it was sustenance, wasn't it? I remember getting, do you remember the little, I don't remember if you had it in Scotland, Hugh, but we had it here until Maggie Thatcher came along. But you used to get your school milk, and it was in these tiny little teensy-wincy bottles. But yeah, I remember getting that as a kid, school milk. But yeah, it got phased out by the Iron Lady. So, yeah. That's why my mum never liked Maggie Thatcher. She never forgave her for taking the kiddies' school milk away. Yeah. So it's coming along all right, happy with that. Dingy wincy little barrel. Just add a bit of character to it, why not? I've got some little wooden frames that these sit on as well, and they've got to be grained up, so I'll sit and do them off camera. This is one of them little jobs that just needs doing. And for me, it just adds a little bit of character to it. Like I say, most people probably won't even notice it, but we know it's there, don't we? It's half the fun for me. Just do these little jobs. Just adds a bit of character. So and these will be blended, thin layers, build it up, nice little wash, and then that should soak in all of these little scribed lines then. Which is what we want. Just to try to give it just a tinsy-wincy little bit of character. We get a very fine sander. Steve says, yeah, I was a school monitor, milk monitor, making sure everyone had their little bottle of milk. Gets in there.
Oh, yeah.
Hugh says, school dinners in the 70s were the best attack. Yeah, quarter pints were a godsend to many folks. Oh, yeah, honestly, I used to have my little school milks, mate, because, yeah, my mum was a dinner lady back then, and, yeah, part of it, wasn't it? Getting your school milk. Like I say, for a lot of the kids, that was their main meal of the day, was their school food, so...
Look at this. I'm actually consulting notes for colours.
Oh, you go careful.
I've got a book of notes. Do you remember what the hell my colours are?
You've been all professional, aren't you?
Stracken green I need.
You've been watching Duncan videos on how he paints his orc and taking notes, haven't you, dear?
I've been watching lots of different videos, not just Duncan's.
Good man.
No, it's like I did those ages ago to try and figure out colours for orcs and stuff. I don't like loads of different colours for different things, but yeah, I can't remember what colour I paint things.
No, I tend to have a colour chart. I note things down in a little spreadsheet of different colours.
Spreadsheet of informations. Right. This is where it gets more tricky now because I'm doing my second highlight. Well, my first highlight colour.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, first highlight layer, and it's like, this is where it gets really tricky. To not make it look like garbage.
Yeah, because the last thing you want, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You want it to look good.
And I always end up with like the layer colour becoming like the highlight colour becoming the second layer colour because I do too much. It's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and you find you go back round in circles then, don't you? It's like,
yeah, because I always go too far with the layers, the highlights.
It's another drum done. Happy days. I like my drums. I like doing my drums.
Drums. I don't know what that was meant to be.
I've got no idea what that was meant to be, but it sounded good. Hugh Gordon says we didn't need a monitor. Everyone knew their place, yes. Jeff says he remembers the mint blancmange. And the green custard. Oh, yes.
I have no idea what flavour the green custard was supposed to be because it didn't taste like mint.
Steve went to a small village primary school. We had food given from the farms in the area and a proper cook. Yeah, we used to have the big school cook. Proper burly lady she was with the big red cheeks, you know, that proper school school cook.
Dinner lady.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we used to have exactly the same dinner lady. Well, we used to have a dinner lady she was called Mrs. Jolly.
Yeah.
And she was a big lady.
Yeah.
And she was jolly. She was always jolly and happy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Secondary school. And at secondary school, for some reason, we had a tuck shop and stuff. But for some reason, in the canteen where you got your dinner, they always had frozen Jubilees, you know, the little sort of triangular juice drink.
Yeah, I know the ones, yeah.
Called the Jubilees, but she's there. She's frozen Jubblies, boys. Come and get your frozen Jubblies.
Oh, yeah. Ours was like Jones Sims, a cross between Jones Sims and Hattie Jakes.
Yeah, so we had the same dinner ladies.
Stern lady. She used to stand there supervising a team, so to speak, like an old school matron type thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't cross them.
She treated every child as if we was her own grandchildren, you know, and still, like I say, still remember her all these years later, you know, but never had a bad day, bless her. Was always cheerful, jolly, and yeah. And she always had this big ladle. She'd have her arms folded, but she'd have this ladle just rocking on her hand, like just Yep.
Did you have the seemingly ever present dinner lady with one black fingernail?
Yeah. We had a one-eyed dinner lady as well.
Oh yeah.
We used to call her Popeye. I know it's awkward, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah. But no, they was a nice bunch. Wouldn't take no hassle, put it that way. But yeah, you looked up to them really, because at the end of the day, like you say, back in the 70s, it was the 3-day week, wasn't it? And times were a bit bleak, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, most families didn't have 2 halfpennies to rub together, so yeah.
Yeah, there were kids who that would be their main meal of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was a godsend for parents who were struggling.
So yeah, it was one of them.
Oh, Games Workshop sculptors, thank the maker. You're so good at making very strong features on orcs.
Yeah.
I'm loving painting this.
You're in your element, ain't you?
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing a particularly brilliant job, but it's made a lot easier by the fact that
you're happy.
The details are so like starkly sculpted. They stand out so much.
Sticks out like blind cobbler's fun, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh says there's many young ones out there don't get half of what we got in school, approved or not. Yeah. I wouldn't know. Is school dinner still a thing now, or did it go down the road of fuck shops and that were just coming in when I left, you know? And
No, they still have school dinners.
But
They're like little restaurants now. We get some really good food in schools now. Most schools.
yeah, I think there was the beginnings of the canteen style menu where, you know, you could have this, and this, and, you know, so dinner tickets went and it become almost like a daily canteen type thing, you know. And
ours was like a canteen, but there were dinner tickets for the kids that couldn't afford the meals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was very simple. It was like, you know, you'd have sausage, chips, beans, something else, a slice of pie. Or something,
you had a hot meal, a bit of pudding, and a drink, you know. And
so you had some things to choose from, but not lots not a massive choice.
Yeah, we used to have the green dinner tickets issued. It was like, yeah.
I mean, I used to go into the canteen every day, and I'd have sausage, chips, and beans, and a steak sandwich.
Yeah.
And it was that secondary school meal that made me really like sausages just pink, not brown and crispy.
Yeah.
Because the sausages were always like, they were just pink tubes.
Yeah.
They tasted fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was your main source of food, wasn't it?
Mm.
At the end of the day, getting your school tickets, your dinner tickets, you know, it was, you know, Mum was happy, kids have been fed type thing, you know what I mean? That it was less pressure on Mum to make ends meet. And, you know, it's different times, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know, there's still kids that are deprived, bless them. You know, it's never going to go away. It's always going to be it. Every generation's going to have it.
Yep.
Be nice if you didn't have that, you know, but...
No, but unfortunately...
You'll always have the haves and the have-nots. It's always going to be a part of things.
Yep. There's no magical cure for it, unfortunately.
I used to have a thing at our school which was a bit similar to what they have at hospitals with the dead box, but you would have boxes and boxes of all different clobber that the kids that were really struggling, they could, you know, they could get clothing and, you know what I mean? So they always had decent clobber, you know, not just school clothing, but, you know, away from school clothing, normal, regular stuff like jeans, T-shirts, things like that, you know. And it was a big thing that the school used to make a thing of. And it helped a lot of kids that wouldn't have had a change of clothes. It helped them get through, you know, and I thought it was a lovely idea.
Yeah. I don't think our schools did that, but...
Yeah, you know, and it probably helped the kids out because they didn't walk around looking like tramps, did they? Because they had a nice pair of jeans, a nice T-shirt, you know, that sort of thing, you know.
Yeah. So they could depend on that for...
yeah. You know, and that was literally a lifesaver for a lot of the mums. So, yeah. Of course, you know, back then you used to have your Bernardo's children, you know, and I don't know whether the Dr. Bernardo's homes are still a thing, but you had your Bernardo's kids, you know, and they got integrated into our school, you know, and they used to come in and they had absolutely nothing, bless them, you know, and yeah, it was good to see that the school went out of its way to integrate them because it was a deal they struck up with the local Bernardo's place, you know, and it was like, well, they can come here and be educated and have a meal and
I'm not aware that we had anything like that, but
yeah,
we may have done.
It's just one of them.
Well, it depends on where you were, I suppose, and what the area was like.
Well, yeah, the boroughs and that, you know, if they had a Bernardo's own one, you know, the nearest schools would strike up a deal and help them through, you know. Yeah. It's one of them, innit? I don't know whether that's still a thing, Dr. Bernardo's, I don't know, but...
I think it is. I think we get things through the door every now and then.
Yeah, you just don't hear of it now, though, do you? There used to be adverts on the telly, didn't there, for Bernardo's, but you don't hear of it now.
I'm really enjoying painting these dudes.
Yeah, you said just now, mate, that you was enjoying it. Are you really enjoying it, Fox?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Are
She's
you
got a new
enjoying
cooker.
that as much as Jackie is enjoying her new cooker? Now, there's the question.
See, I don't know about that, because that's a lot of enjoying to be had with the new cooker.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I think Kevin will enjoy the new cooker more than Jackie will.
Hugh Golden says his gran and one of his aunts were dinner ladies in the 60s and 70s, proper home cooking. Today's school dinners are ready-made, factory-made ping meals probably then, and just a sign of the times thing, yeah. Hans's best 70s Glasgow school pud was caramel cake. Oh, yeah, there's that.
That sounds very Tunnocks to me.
Hugh says our school shortbread was to die for. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I think my favourite school meal was the steak pie, mate. It was just, yeah.
Yeah, beef and onion for us, but we had the steak sandwich, which was basically a barm cake with butter and this thin sliver of beef-like meat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was proper.
It sounded very appetising, but it was really nice.
Oh, it was proper big chunks of steak, all diced up, like, you know, and,
Nice.
mate, proper pastry, and, mate, to die for. And the gravy was like northern gravy, dude. It was, yeah.
Proper gravy. Proper.
Yeah.
See, us northerners can do some stuff correct.
Yeah.
Do some stuff good.
Yeah, it's... You have your moments.
You have your moments.
See, I'm lucky I've got a northern chippy, so... Yeah.
I know. The one northern chippy in the whole of the south, and you've got it.
Yeah.
That you've got life good there, mate, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
You can't ever move now, unless you move north.
Yeah, well, if we do move, it'll be up to Scotland, because H does want to go back home, bless her.
Yeah.
I said, I'll go where you go, mate.
Yep.
She had a disappointed look on her face. No, she didn't.
Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, no, that's not what I wanted to hear.
But yeah, she's always said that, you know, she wants to see out the remainder of her days in Scotland. Yeah. I honestly don't mind. She's going up next year to Findorn, so... Be up your way, Hugh. There's a scary thought, mate.
Run away.
Yeah. I think she was saying that she's getting a flight to Inverness and then driving the rest of the way, so... It'd be cool, she said, if I can go, but she'll understand if I can't because of, you know.
Yeah, it's not like you can just drop everything and travel, is it?
No, that's right.
She knows that more than anyone else, though.
Yeah, but she said, I will make arrangements because you're not getting left on your own devices for, yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's the downside, that's the quandary she's got, is leave you on your own, or that's not going to happen, basically. Let's not do that.
Yeah, her sister will come round and check that I'm okay. Yeah, honestly, there's no way of getting away with getting mothered, mate. Ian Fraser says, who remembers the chocolate custard at school? Oh, now you're talking.
Yeah.
Banana custard as well.
Her sister will come round and make sure that the microwave is okay, is what you meant to say there, I think.
Yeah, she takes no prisoners either.
No.
Yeah. I remember the pink school custard as well.
Oh, yeah. Yep. I just remember that school. I don't know why we used to get every now and then this big jug. It would have coffee in it, and it was like milky coffee, like made with milk, not water.
Oh, right,
really
yeah.
Nice. I don't know why. We were only like, we were primary school kids, and yet they were giving us coffee at lunchtime. Brilliant.
Yeah, but it made you a bit drowsy and a bit docile and easy to manage in school, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe that's true.
At the end of the day.
Possibility, I suppose.
You know, keep the kids a bit docile and they conform.
Yep. There's also a strong possibility.
As most of us used to start getting the yawns in the afternoon, didn't we? And it's like, yeah, it's because they was probably drugging us all for all we know.
Yeah. Let's give them some sedatives in the afternoon. That's a good idea. There you go.
Yeah. Let's just drug the school children. That way we can educate them without them throwing stones at us. And yeah.
They'll be like, can we do that, headmaster? It's the 1970s. What do you think?
Yeah, it's the 1970s. You can do what you like.
Yeah.
Retro Rabbit's in says, hi, hello, Retro. How you doing?
Hey, Rabbit. Hey, James. It's the 1970s. We can sell them cigarettes in the canteen if we want to.
Yeah. Panzer says, yeah, kids tend to be put into foster care as quickly as possible now. Bernardo's is still operating. Oh, good. Yeah. Hugh says we had steak pie with big chunks of venison, rabbit, hare. We didn't give a monkeys what was in it. We just ate it on the grateful. Absolutely, mate.
Yeah.
Hugh says, I'll pick her up on my Vespa and I'll give her a run down to Findorn. It's only 31 miles away. Happy days.
Mm-hmm.
Thought of Ellen on the back of your Vespa wearing a bullet helmet does make me giggle.
Only if it's got the goggles on the top of it as well.
Yeah. That'd be like Arthur and Olive out of On the Buses watching them two go along on the motorbike, wouldn't it? Not saying my missus looks anything like Olive, because she doesn't, but...
So you're saying your missus looks like Arthur?
I'm not saying a word, mate.
You just kind of put yourself in that corner and realised it, haven't you?
Put it this way, she doesn't look like Blakey, so, yeah.
Small mercies. Actually came downstairs the other day and Mama Wolf, I think it was bank holiday.
Yeah.
And Mama Wolf, she just sits there watching ITV3 while she reads her iPad. And it was on the buses.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I looked at the TV screen and I just felt incredibly depressed because you look at it and it's like, wow, it's like Dark Ages. It's just like, it just makes me incredibly depressed to see it. Everything looks grim and glum and it's like, wow, this is...
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's because nothing was shiny in the 70s. Everything was matte colours, wasn't it?
Mm.
Really loud, garish wallpaper and stuff. But it was... Even the weather and everything just looked miserable, didn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, I couldn't hear the sound because she had her headphones on, but I stood there and I thought, I get the impression it would be absolutely not funny at all. I just get the impression, because I was a kid last time I saw her on the buses, it's like, I get this impression if you watched it back now, you'd be like, wow, this was comedy.
Yeah, I saw an issue of it recently, or an episode of it, and like I say, times have moved on, haven't they? It's just one of them.
Yeah.
We're a lot older as well, and the world's a different place, isn't it? It's of its time. You still get the occasional bit that'll make you giggle, but it's... I think comedy itself has changed, hasn't it, as well?
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone takes it too seriously now, don't they? And that's the problem.
Yes. I just think it wasn't actually... I just got this impression, because I saw the other day, I was watching something, it was some old vintage comedy series, and it wasn't bad taste, it was just not in any way funny.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, and this was comedy?
Yeah, but don't forget, the life issues back then were different, so it was probably funny in its day because of how people's lives were.
Yeah.
But lives are different now, aren't they? Our whole thing. So what we found funny then probably isn't funny now. I don't know. It's
I can't remember what it was I was watching.
yeah, it's one of them, especially if it was comedy aimed at particular current events, because current events then were different to what they are now, weren't they? So
yeah. It's like if you look back at some of the 1990s sitcoms and they're like, wow, they're really terrible.
yeah.
It's like, oh, my wife, the boss, the vicar. Oh, no. It's, oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you cringe, don't you? And you're like, oh, my God, really?
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just different times, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Certainly is, Stanley.
Let's have a swig of orange. Is it me or is it warm today?
It is a bit... Hey, here's an admission. On Monday night, while you were doing your live show, I was, of course, watching the live show. I was wearing shorts.
No.
February, and I was wearing shorts because it was most warm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sitting here with my window wide open and I'm still warm. Mind you, I do have the boiler in here, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, I'm actually going to put some shorts on because I'm actually sweating a bit. This is ridiculous. It's
it's
winter.
A bit hot. It's a bit hot with an H. James is in, says evening. Colin Fox and all in chat. Festa and Foxx. Hugs. Happy days. Steve says back then a lot of comics were very close to the edge. Nowadays they would be undrawn and quartered. Yeah. Comedy has moved on in that sense, hasn't it? It's very woke nowadays. But then, yeah, I mean... Without getting into the whole debate, it's like, yeah, it's different times, isn't it?
Yeah, some of them 90s sitcoms, dear Lord.
Oh, yeah.
What was the one with Ronnie Barker where it was him and his mother?
Ronnie Corbett, that was sorry.
Yeah, Ronnie Corbett, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
That's you and Mama Wolf, that is, language, Timothy.
No.
I could just imagine you in that tank top. Yeah, there's an image.
She swears worse than me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you and Mum, that is. Yeah. Language, Timothy. Who agrees in the chat? Definitely, isn't it?
Terrible programme.
Just imagine you doing that with your
She swears worse than me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been a victim of your mum's gestures. I know your mum, yeah.
I've never worn a tank top, I can tell you that.
Not yet, you haven't, but your birthday's coming.
But even as a sickly child in the 1970s when we all had rickets and distemper.
I had a roll neck jumper I used to wear back then. I wouldn't wear it now because bald-headed man and roll neck jumper ain't a good look, is it? Just saying.
I do find myself sometimes watching Carl Sagan's Cosmos and thinking, you know what, I could just rock a turtleneck.
Yeah.
With the jacket.
Yeah.
And then I have to remind myself, that's Carl Sagan. He gets away with it.
Well, back in the 70s, you used to have the two-tone colours, didn't you? You would have the turtleneck that was sewn into a V-neck jumper, but they'd be totally opposite colours, and it was, yeah.
Oh, God, I forgot about those. Yeah, purple and, like, red,
yeah,
purple and blue.
That's the turtleneck I had, or roll neck, yeah. So, yeah.
I think I go that far. But yes, I have to remind myself that, yes, Carl Sagan can rock that.
Yeah, he could get away with it. Yeah. Me, it wouldn't be a good look, put it that way.
So, you know, Carl Sagan made turtlenecks look good. Steve Jobs made them look not good.
Yeah. It always reminded me of my old maths teacher, Steve Jobs.
Oh yeah,
because he was a dead ringer for him, especially in his later life when Jobs lost all the weight because of his illness. But
yeah. It's kind of ironic in a way with Steve Jobs. It's like, it just goes to show you can be one of the smartest people in the world, and yet you can still fall foul of pseudoscience and nonsense.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, he become a little bit eccentric, should we say.
Yeah, he got into his alternative therapies, and it's like, no, you should have just stuck with the actual proper...
He would have still gone, though.
Yeah, but maybe not quite as badly.
Yeah, I mean, I look at that and go, well, is there a difference between that and refusing treatment? Not really.
No, I mean, he might have even recovered from it, I don't know. Whatever it was he had. He'd actually got proper medical treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, prostate cancer, didn't he?
I can't remember, actually. I'm really enjoying painting this little
even or pancreatic cancer, put it this way. It wasn't something that was giving you longevity, put it that way.
No.
Yeah. Perhaps he didn't want to survive too much longer and end up in that situation. Who knows?
I think I remember reading it before he died. He actually said that he regretted. Because he was under the normal medical care, and then he went on to all this woo-woo nonsense with crystal healing and all this kind of. And he was like, at the end of it, he was like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have done that."
He regretted a lot of decisions he made in his life to do with his wealth and all sorts, didn't he? Because it was like you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
I say it's a shame.
Mm-hmm. I've got to drop off the twig.
Absolutely, mate. We all got to go sometime. No matter how many millions you got in the bank and how big your mansion is, grave and toe tags are still the same.
Yeah.
So when I go, I'll kind of come back and haunt people.
Yay.
So, yeah. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping there is something else out there because I really am looking forward to haunting people.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come back, right? And if I haunt anyone, I'm gonna haunt them by basically turning every electronic device they've got in their house to Radio 1 all the time.
I'll be that ghosty voice that goes, "I like peace.
I like peace."
But yeah. Just let out the occasional Sid James cackle.
Yeah.
But,
or just the occasional very large Trump.
I wouldn't know such a thing that exists, mate, because I see what you did there, you rotter.
Would you not? Would you not know such a thing?
That was a settings glitch on the Yeti microphone. That was, mate.
I thought, well, Yeti's a good word, but I don't think it was anything to do with the microphone.
Happy days. Steve's off, saying good night. No worries, Steve. You take care.
Take care, Steve.
Steve's got his heating cranked to 25. With my condition, I find it hard to get warm. Yeah, I have issues regulating my temperature, but once I get hot and hot. It's like, yeah. Bless you. How are we doing? We're going to 11 tonight, Fox, yeah? If you don't mind.
Yeah, we're both a bit under the weather at the minute, aren't we?
Yeah, I was at that. I didn't know whether I'd make the show tonight. I didn't get down long before, because you messaged me to say you was coming in. It's like, yeah, I'm heading down. I will get down at some point. It might take me a while. But, yeah. So I didn't know whether I'd actually be on air tonight. So
yeah. Coming down with a cold, maybe.
Yeah. A lot of the times I only come down for the streams and then I have to head back up. So, it's just how it is sometimes.
It is the order of things. Well, I'm quite happy. I've got a couple of layers done on the skin. Not fully finished yet. I've got to do the arms yet, but I've got a couple of layers done on the skin. That's quite good. Yeah,
I've had quite a lacklustre night tonight. I've only been scribing beer barrels, not the greatest thing for you all to see. So apologies for that.
It's all part of the creative process.
It's all part of the process, but I didn't know how I'd get on with painty and that tonight, so I didn't want to chance it.
Plus, it's kind of awesome watching the end result of it anyway, so...
Yeah, that's one of them. Like I say, people ask how I do it. That's how I do it. There's more than one way to do this. You know, like I say, it still all achieves the same result. But the key for me is trying to do it as random as I can. Because, you know, nature isn't in all neat parallel lines, is it? Let's be honest.
No. See, what I'm learning tonight doing this is that I'm trying to be all neat and thoughtful about it, but sometimes you just have to get the brush and go like that and let the paint do what it will do.
Yeah, but it's orcs. Don't have to be neat.
No, I'm on the skin, I mean, doing the flesh.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's like sometimes you just get the brush and go and let the brush tell you where it wants to go sometimes. I've just started kind of getting that on little bits of these big bulbous muscles. Some of it I'm thinking about, and some of it's like, the brush will do the work for you. Just let the brush do it.
Don't overthink it, mate. The brush will find its way.
Mm-hmm. And it's tricky because you put the light colour on the dark colour, and initially it looks really contrasty, but when it's all dried and stuff, it kind of all blends together. You have to keep that in mind. That's the tricky bit.
Are you going to put some Waywatcher green over it to blend them together or something like that?
Nah, well, just I think it'll be subtle enough. When I've got the highlights on, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
If it was too contrasted, then that's what you do. You give it a little bit of a glaze of something.
Yeah, a little bit of a glaze. I mean, it's like I got the contrast paints from GW, but I use them as glazes rather than as a sole contrast paint, because I find it just gives me a glaze that I can incorporate into the paint job. So that's how I use mine, and it's for me.
Gentlemen, incorporate your glaze. Oops, too much on the brush.
How many times have you found yourself tonight sitting there with your tongue poking out the corner of your mouth?
Well, how quiet have I been?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, you can tell, can't you, folks?
Maybe like painting fine skin details isn't such a great thing for me on a live stream because I tend to just shut up.
Yeah. I'll have to get you to paint some diamonds on a Harlequin, then that'll be fun for you.
Oof. I know for sure I haven't got the skills to do that.
They will make an appearance again at some point.
That is, they really are. You have to be in the right place to do them, though, don't you?
Yeah, that's why I've had to rest it for a while, because
you can't kind of half-ass it with those.
No, I really am frustrated at the moment that I've not been able to get on with them. But I know that if I was to force myself, it would undo everything that I've achieved with it so far, and it's just not worth it.
Well, it's frustrating for you as well, because you were having fun with it and you were like, I can do this, I'm doing this, and I'm doing a good job of it.
Yeah. But it's just how it is, mate.
Mm-hmm.
They'll make a comeback.
Oh, yeah.
Paint job is still exactly as I left it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've still got your, what's his name to do yet, isn't you? Your big Warhammer sculpt. Can't think of what it is.
Oh, me Lord Croak.
That's the one. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name of it.
Once this is done, I mean, what I might end up doing is just doing this for a bit more on the stream and then just finishing it off camera. Yeah. If I want to get on with the Lord Croak, but I don't know yet. We'll see how long this takes.
See how you feel.
Because that'll be even more tiny details.
You know, it's like the Bane Blades. We haven't stopped them. They're not finished yet. Still got work to do on it. It's like you say, it's just, you got to feel it, and you bring it back when you're good and ready.
Mm-hmm. Apologies if I've been constantly out of shot.
Yeah, I'm trying to remain on shot as best as I can.
It's difficult when you're doing hard thinky stuff, though, isn't it? You're too busy just doing the hard thinky stuff.
Yeah, I look up every now and then just to make sure, but I forget myself because I'm on shot on my camera. Because I'm recording it, I sometimes then forget whether I'm obscuring it on screen, which I am at the moment, so apologies for that. But, yeah. I'll probably end up moving my camera back over to the right at some point. It depends. Trouble is, when you're right-handed, if you're painting, people just see the back of that hand. So
yeah,
you can't always get it right on a live stream. You try your best, but...
I move my cameras all around now, so I've got my stream on the left side, and when I film, it's on the left side, just so you don't just see that back of my hand for exactly that reason.
Yeah, I film from above on the arch there so that I get a nice zoom-in shot. So
does that mean you're underneath the
arches?
Cheers. Hugh Gordon says, my mum and her sister both unravelled older woolen jumpers of any use and knitted new bigger ones out of usable wool, regardless of colour. We all look like harlequins.
Hey, get in.
If this means a way of throwing Fox under the bus, then I fully agree, says James. I don't know what that was about. I had a friend once, he liked peas, says James. Oh, he doesn't get the reference, does he? Hugh says, basically both peas and beans are legume. Depends when you harvest or eat them. Or seeds in layman's terms. Panzer says, Harlequin, wasn't that a box of chocolates?
Yes, it was.
I know not of such things. Bit of Wilson, Keppel and Betty there.
Happy days. Okay, so that's the barrel scribed.
Scribing all the bar.
Happy days.
Rolls.
Let's just pop that back over there.
Gentlemen, scribe your surfaces.
What's that?
Don't be smooth. Scribe.
So we have got Hoskins rolling his barrel. He's going to be there. That's going to be the cellar over there. Yeah, work. That'll go there. Yeah, he'll be there. Meat bloke's coming round the corner there. Walking along because he's been in the warehouse. He's been in the warehouse and just come out the door with a big joint over his shoulders. So that's that sorted. Happy days. What's all of that lot? That's all the sprues of meat and bangers and all of that lot. And
sounds like a great butcher shop. Meat on the sprue, 3 for £1.
Yeah. So yeah, we can get them all painted on the sprue. Okay.
Next week you'll see Festa painting his meat.
Yeah, got to make a tarp as well for me beer truck, so that'll be towards the end. I'll do that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of me preparation and planning now. I've got to resin print me drain covers. Got 3 of them to print, so I need to set them up so I can get them laid out so that I can then start marking out the cobbles that go round them and all of that lot, and then building the cobble pattern on my phone. So I'm just thinking out loud here of what I need to do before next Wednesday's stream. Because I want to start
your process.
Yeah, I might sit and start drawing out the base next week and trying to figure out the walls so that I can get a bit of 3D going on so that I can plan all of this before I start painting all the figures and that, because I can then move them around the dio so that I know where they're going. And because if they're going to be under here, they're not going to be getting as much light as figures that are out here in the daylight. So you've got to take that into account.
Yep.
So Yeah. Kind of looking forward to painting all of this, to be quite honest with you.
I'm looking forward to seeing it done.
Yeah. I get to paint wood. Get to paint my wood. See what I did there, folks?
Steady.
So that got a texture on it.
I don't know which would be more fun, watching you paint your wood or paint your meat. I don't know.
See what I did there?
Which would the viewers look forward to more, do you think?
Either one is traumatic, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah. Traumatic and potentially medically questionable.
Let's just pop that. There you go, Span. A little bit of texture on that for the last little bit of the show, and yeah. Just need to re-scribe them planks. Don't need to go too mad on it though, because a lot of that's going to be obscured with the butcher's meat in that, isn't it? What have we got? We've got a lot of Ermintrudes there, haven't we, and Polkies.
Ermintrudes.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's a pig's head.
So what?
I've got a couple of cluckers as well, mate.
Cool.
Chickens for the layman. Yeah. Oh, that's handy. Yeah, bit of that, bit of black pudding. Oh, have you some of that string of bangers? That'd be fun.
Whoa, black pudding, bam a lamb.
See what we did there.
You like that, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I am quite impressed with that.
Was that me sort of merging into your world of music here?
Well, my music is quite widespread, really.
But that's certainly something more likely to be found on one of your playlists than one of mine.
Yeah, your playlist is basically John Michael Jarre and Vangelis, isn't it? So,
no, not really. I've not listened to Jarre for a long time.
You know,
Vangelis, yeah, I'll give you that one.
You're very particular with your music.
Yeah.
Again, that's all about choice.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a bit of that.
Second colour down here, did I?
Let's try and pop that somewhere where it's not going to get cluttered or clattered even. Okay.
Pop it somewhere, pop it somewhere.
So we got wood grain, we got that. That'll come out on the next stream.
Peas.
So we've got. Pardon me. It's the truck. That's the booze truck in there, so my barrels can live with that. He's gonna. Yeah.
Is one of the chaps actually rolling the barrel?
Oh, yeah, Bob Hoskins.
Perfect.
Yeah. His arms have been. It's suitably adjusted. He's rolling out the barrel, mate.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Put an Arduino sound chip in that then.
Yeah, there's Bob Hoskins. And he's going to be rolling out his good old barrel just like that. Look at that. And he's rolling out his barrel, Fox, just for you.
Rolling out his barrel.
Yeah, because he's having a barrel of
laughs.
So, yeah.
You know what I like.
Absolutely. But, yeah, and he is a ringer for Bob Hoskins, especially on the artwork. He'll look nothing like Bob Hoskins when I've painted him.
Yeah. You never know.
Probably end up looking more like Bob bloody Mortimer than Bob Hoskins, but I'll have a go.
Bob Carroll G's.
Yeah, oh yeah, and I'll spit the dog. He's still alive, Bob Carroll cheese.
I don't think so.
I think he died very young, if I remember right. Not quite.
It's funny how many people like that actually end up doing the student circuit in the 90s and 2000s.
Oh, you look at Frankie Howard, he was iconic, wasn't he, on the student scene?
Yep. People like Timmy Mallet.
Oh, yeah,
became a big
just had a
student
then.
thing.
See, Timmy Mallet to me is what Alan Carr is to you, mate.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, it's different for me because I grew up as a kid listening to Piccadilly 261 radio where Timmy Mallet got his start. So
yeah, it's like
So I used to listen to him of an evening before he got that specific personality.
See, that's Bob Hoskins. He's a dead ringer, isn't he? Look at that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's like Hoskins.
He's there going, "It's a me, Mario."
Yeah. That's what he did. Right, so we can cut that out of that box because don't read that anymore. He's in proper mockery mode tonight, isn't you?
It's good though. You love it though, don't you?
I love every minute of it, really, I do.
You went all Southern Belle then. Oh, really, I do.
Oh, yeah, really, I do. You know, it's like, yeah. Right. Get that all out of the way and we're doing, yeah, we start wrapping up shortly then. I'll cut that up when I come off here. I can do that on here because I want to save all of my box art because it'll help me with the painty-kins.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oops. Curses.
Yeah, different. Not a massive range of colours, to be quite honest with you. It's keeping it simple, wouldn't it? But then, you know, of its era, there wouldn't have been much colour in people's clobber anyway, not during the war. During the war?
No, everything was just wool. Everything was basically wool and brown or grey.
Yeah.
Unless they were particularly wealthy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, nice one. Didn't know that. Hugh says a lot of people know this.
The English kind of took the word and ran with it, and it just became part of our everyday slang.
Oh.
Kex.
Something new every day.
Yes.
Yeah. Not only do you have Festa's factoids, you've got Fox's factoids now.
Fox's factoids. Every time I hear paper being cut with scissors, I get flashbacks to like Tony Hart. It's one of them satisfying little sounds of my childhood.
Oh yeah, I used to love watching Take Art. Love that program. I can remember Tony Hart. Was it Tony? Yeah, it was Tony Hart when he was on Vision On. Do you remember that TV show?
Yeah, that was his first program, wasn't it? His first series, Vision On.
Isn't that what Wilf was on as well? Wilf Lunn, Vision On.
No, I think that was that wasn't an arty program, was it? The one he was on. He was on. I can't remember actually what he was on. He was on more things like Hal and stuff. Wasn't he?
Magnus Pike was Hal.
Magnus Pike, yeah.
Science, wavy arms, wavy arms, wavy arms.
Oh no, it might have been actually Wilf Lunn. Actually, it got me wondering now. He might have been on something like that.
Someone Google Vision On and see whether Wilf Lunn was part of it.
Oh, sniffles. Where's that brush gone? There it
He
is.
was that atypical, slightly eccentric scientist, wasn't he?
Magnus Pike, yep. I have an animated GIF of Magnus Pike.
Hugh Gordon says, good night, folks. It's been an absolute pleasure so much. Nice one, Hugh. You take care, mate, and stay safe and well. Don't forget as well, I don't know whether it's up in Scotland, but we've got it down here. We've had the warnings issued again for storms and the like, so please stay safe.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, we want all our folks to be nice and safe in the inclement season. So,
Yes.
God, I sounded all rather sophisticated and posh then, didn't I?
Inclement season. This is very
Inclement
posh.
season, said
I
Festa in
say.
his smoking jacket. Yeah.
How very civilised.
There you go. You will stay. So that's Bob and his geezer mate sat there, so I don't lose the artwork there.
Passing you some QC sherry soon if you're not careful.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to doing this, you know. He's got a befuddled look about him and all. He's like, yeah, see him down there. Look at the hairy back he's got.
That means he's called Ted.
Yeah. How the hell are you going to replicate that?
That's a good point. Don't know. Some glazes of like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, it's going to be out with the micro dot brush, mate, and it'll be my little favourite, mate. That bad boy, my little godhand small.
Oh yeah, I've got that one on the go at the minute.
Yeah, and I think I can get a real thin glaze of just wispiness, wispy. Wispy. I just look at my own hand when I'm painting it, going, well, yeah, I've got a bit of fur going on, so yeah. I could shave my hand and just stick it to his back, couldn't I?
Wisp. Oh, I didn't realise that. I've got a blob of shade.
Oh no, not a blob of shade.
You know when it kind of you get like it gets little pulls up on gravity and then you get a little blob. A spider blob.
Adie's clarified that Wilf Lunn was indeed on a Vision On, and he died in December 2023, aged 81. Oh, wow. Bless him. Yeah, I thought I remembered him from Vision On. I just love Vision On. Played the ideal mad scientist, didn't he? Our good man, Wilf. Oh, what a shame. Shame he's brown bread. But then, 81's not bad innings, is it?
Yeah, not going to complain at 81, are you?
No. Not off, mate. Not off. Right, so that's all I've done. Why I've kept that. Yeah, that's the milkman. Yeah, look, he's got the same colour shirt on, isn't he? Is that the same colour? Oh, no, one's orange, one's yellow, you spud.
Spud!
So we got them.
I never put any wash inside this guy's mouth.
Yeah, we got his meat. That's the butchers. That's meat products. That's butchers. That's milkman. Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah, that's the man with the wooden barrels. Oh, man.
All of his barrels.
Right. I think we can put them away. That's Bob. Probably do the milkman first when it comes to painting them.
That's what she said.
That's what he did there, because they look to be the easiest.
Brown wash.
Because then I can get the churns all painted up and put back in his hands. So that'll be him finished. There it is. I knew I had some artwork for the butchers. Right. The butchers and meat products will be done together. This is just me thinking out loud. Sorry, folks. You'll have barrels and barrels of fun for him. I'll start do them when I do the start rolling on the beer truck. And my first figures will be the milkykins, the milkman blokes. Right. Nice. I'll plop all of that lot in my box now. Get rid of that. And then we'll wrap up and say our bye-byes then. I'll tell you what I will do. No, I'll do that afterwards. Don't pack it away yet.
I've got the theme tune from Heartbeat stuck in my head now.
Oh, you ain't?
I have.
Is that, you can see where this is going. It's that Shwaddy Waddy version. See what I did there, Jackie? See what I did?
Hey?
Yeah, that's right. Jackie will get the reference.
I get not this reference that you make.
Yeah. Right, folks, what have I done tonight? Not an awful lot. I glued the other half of this landing so that I can put my staircase against the wall of the house. So I'll start mapping that all out next week. I've got to find my wall phone. That's what I need to do. I've got it somewhere. There it is. Found it. Tonight I've done literally just scribing barrels, folks. Not an awful lot for you to see from me tonight. But I've had fun doing it. I'll just go on the full screen to show you what I've been up to.
Yep.
I've just been
That
doing...
you've had fun.
I've been doing them, folks. There you go. Look at that, Fox. Have you a bit of that?
Oh, that looks fantabulous.
And then you've got the same on the top there. Just different grains. Make it up as you go along, folks.
You have a knack for that, my friend.
So I've just been doing all of me barrels.
Oh, your barrels.
Yeah, so they're ready to go. So I'll prime them up and clean them up off there and get them all done. That's all of them ready to go, so I'll just finish that off. A bit of railings. I just wanted to test just to see how that would go. I can now trim all the others to match. And then obviously these geezers are all primed and ready to be painted up over the next few weeks as well. And I've even put a little bit of light on his belly because he's a bit of a porker, isn't he? This geese. Look at the size of his...
Bit of podge to him.
He is, isn't he? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he's just had a bit of an highlight put on there. It won't be that bright at the end, but it just... Where he stood slightly out in the open, the light will just strike across his tummy. So
me thinks someone's been sampling the merchandise.
Yeah, I think he's been eating a lot of man sausage.
Product.
No, not in that way. A lot of butcher's sausage.
Wait, steady.
Yeah, there's Bob moving on. There's Bob. He's like, yeah, want some of that? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm going to have a bit of a paintikins next week, get me churns started and things like that, because I want to get the milkman done. So that I can get his crate sorted out, and then we can start having a looky-loo at the rest of them then. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to. I'll just bung you on the full screen because, yeah.
I have been, it won't really come out on webcam at all. It's probably not even in focus. I have put a couple of highlight layers on the skin of the orc and the grot. There's so much left to do. I put a layer down on the trousers, but it didn't really come out very neatly, so I've put some more wash down. I'll have to keep fettling with the trousers because they came out a bit pants, if you pardon the pun.
So what you did there.
So I've put some wash down. I'll need to go back and tidy those up again. But mostly it was putting the highlights on the skin. I don't know if you'll really see on camera, but you've got some nice little touches, like the little veins in his wrist there where his hand is.
Yeah.
Sticking out a bit. I've got to do his nails and claws and things. And I've also got his teeth and everything else to do yet.
Oh, yeah, got to do a bit of teeth, mate. It's all about the teeth.
But the little grot's had his skin tinted. It's weird that it's out of focus. It's weird that it, on camera and stuff and from a distance, it looks quite nice because it looks like it's actually shaded. But when you get really close, it's all brush marks and horrible and you think, oh, God.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. It's a 2-foot test, mate.
Yeah, you kind of have to look at it and think it's meant to be looked at from a way away. So don't panic if you get, like, scratchy marks and stuff in your shading.
Yeah, but it's a texture on the skin at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it can be scratches on the surfaces, so yeah.
Yep. So I've got a couple more highlight layers to do on the skin. I've got a final highlight and then a little bit of fleshy colour for the tips of ears and noses and stuff. I've got the teeth and everything else to do. And lots of that. And then once he's done, once all the bits on him and those two are done, I've kind of not got that much left to do because I'm not really going to do too much to the armour.
Yeah.
Other than a bit of tidy up and weathering at the end. So
less is more, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll look nice when his teeth stand out. We've got a bit of a highlight on his tongue and stuff like that. It'll separate out a bit.
It's coming on.
It's coming on.
Hugh says, don't forget the delightful Pat Casel Vision On. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I couldn't think of her name. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Happy days. Bobbin says, need to give his meat a wash. Yeah, exactly.
Always wash your meat. Yeah, before you paint it.
Exactly. So, folks, we're going to call it a night because, I'm cream crackered, mate, to be quite honest with you.
Pooped.
So we call it a night. Sorry it's a bit shorter than normal, but we're both not feeling great today. So, yeah. No. So we're going to love and leave you. Massive, massive thanks for coming in and keeping us two company. We're both glad we did a show for you at the end of the day, but it was a very close call, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad
sure.
we did, because I would have stressed otherwise. Because
Yeah.
Until the next one, we're hoping to be back for a frolic on Friday. Fingers crossed. We're both all right. And until the next one, stay safe, folks. Stay well. Thank you for your continued support, and we will see you on the next one.
Yep. Don't forget to go to eModels.co.uk. Adios,
your one-stop shop for all your modelling needs and
all of them.
All of your God-hand needs, folks. Yes. Keep an eye out for the latest God-hand videos. There'll be a few going up over the next couple of days. So I've got them all done now. They'll all be getting edited down for you. So
awesome.
I'll see you later, folks, as will Fox.
Adios,
bye-bye for now. Bye.
Bye.